I know what you're thinking. You're thinking he's going to say, "I told you so." That's what you're thinking. You think that I'm actually going to, well, I mean, yeah, in all honesty, I have been saying it for a while. So let's get serious though. Hey, this is Warren Redlick. Lucid Motors received a subpoena from the SEC. Let's talk about it. Are you ready? Let's go. Big news this morning. My Twitter lit up, getting messages from all over the place from people saying, Warren, you were right. I want to be clear. We don't know how serious this is yet, but I'm pretty sure it's serious. So I want to go down through this, but this is the headlines this morning. Let's look a little deeper. Lucid issued a disclosure that the SEC had sent them a subpoena. And in particular, it requested production of certain documents. Okay, that's normal. We want to see some documents, no big deal. And they said the investigation appears to concern the business combination between the company, Churchill Capital Corp at the time, and Ativa Inc., which was the name of Lucid Motors before the merger. The formal name of the company before the merger. Ativa is the company name under which they did their Formula E racing. And certain projections and statements, and the company's cooperating fully. Okay, so what does this mean? This is about the business combination. It's about the SPAC merger that was announced, I believe, in February. And certain projections and statements. And this is something that I talked about right after the SPAC merger was announced, because they changed their plans. They had said before the SPAC merger, up to a week before the SPAC merger, they had been saying, we're going to deliver cars in spring 2021. We're going to deliver 6,000 cars in the year 2021. SPAC merger happens a week later. Peter Rawlinson tells Ed Ludlow from Bloomberg that they're going to produce 577 cars in the year, and they're not going to deliver cars until second half of the year. So a material change in the company's plans right after the SPAC merger, and only a week after they had been telling people, we're going to deliver cars in the spring, we're going to deliver 6,000 cars this year. And this is the problem. This is what I have been saying for a while. They had to know a week before what was going on. They had to know they weren't going to deliver cars in the spring. They had to know this plan had already changed. And they were still telling the public on channels watched by investors. They were still telling the public, this is what we're going to do. And that's misleading, and people lost money as a result of it. Now, it's always possible that they decided in the last week, wait a minute, we're not ready to deliver cars, but it just seems so unlikely because Churchill Capital was doing its due diligence and looking into the company. And Peter Rawlinson said, well, we talked to Alan Mulally, who's from Churchill Capital, and he said, well, let's wait and make sure it's right. Well, when did you know? You'd been telling people how great it was. And now all of a sudden you're telling people it's not right yet. And Ed Ludlow did an okay job, but well, what's not right? What needs to be improved? What's going on? The media doesn't ask the right questions. There's a lot of YouTubers out there who are just glossing over Lucid's glaring flaws and just talking about, oh, they have all this range, and oh, there's this nice review. There's a lot of problems with Lucid. And this is a particular problem where I believe, and I've been saying this since September 2020, they're dishonest. They're misleading, they're lying, they're deceiving. And this points to what I think is, and you can check my channel, I did a video about how I think they were deceiving the public. We don't know more. We probably aren't going to know more for a while. Just wanted to give a brief update on this. And yes, I did tell you so, but we got to withhold. We don't know how serious this is yet. We shouldn't panic yet. As I've reported before, there are pending class action lawsuits about the same issue. I'm confident that's the issue. Did they give false projections? They had projected delivering 6,000 cars in 2021 and delivering cars in the spring. They had to know it was false when they said it a week before announcing the SPAC merger. They had to know. Thanks to the Vasa Law Firm in Sweden, all my Patreon supporters for helping the channel grow. Thanks to the Daily Lie supporters. Please check out the Daily Lie. Link to that in the description below. Check out the t-shirts. I finally got a Critical Enthusiasm t-shirt. Critical thinking, but enthusiastic critical thinking. Let's have fun while we're doing critical thinking. Thank you so much for watching.